Starting in 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco is here with Saku and Raj, and we are continuing Ace Attorney Investigations.
Hello.
Hello? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and... Though that window on the other side belongs to the men's room.
I can't see it.
It's because you're a girl. At your height, I'm not surprised.
Here comes the best line in the entire game.
I guess short people have feelings too.
We don't.
Nah.
Oh my god.
We don't. We're closer to hell. It's okay.
What is this? A pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litter running loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable.
It's not like it was I who littered.
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin.
I love how Edgeworth refers to himself as I. The ants are hard at work, carrying their food. It's a marvel they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size.
Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Copper name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Francisca. I guess ants have feelings too. Ugh!
What's the matter?
Hit myself on one of the cactus needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you
I
imagine?
expected...
Go on.
Never mind.
Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these?
I don't want to.
Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
You can't have it, Francisca.
Story in my
Do you really think it's unrelated? Put that back right now.
No.
I believe this cactus sitting on the windowsill is completely related. I think it's just because he hurt himself on it. He's like, I need to use it now.
Oh, well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related.
The dirt on this bench smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there's someone going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame!
Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. This smudge looked kind of like a handprint to you.
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench.
I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slub.
You there, lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to?
Sir, yes, sir. I've got the results of the fingerprints analysis, sir.
Bloody hell, that was fast. And do we know who they belong?
Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, interesting. Good work, officer.
And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench.
I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways.
What are these black speckles?
I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Ants. Ooh, that detective! He claims not a single ant slipped by him. And yet, here's a whole hill of them.
What are you hitting me for?
Because he is not around yet. As a replacement for that pathetic detective.
Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cut.
Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating.
From the look of the sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll.
Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times.
No, it wasn't me that dropped food on the ground.
The courthouse must be kept clean.
No! Can't believe they're doing that in public.
Aye.
Like, save it for the King Club, guys. Wow, we've got so much logic.
Pink piece of trash, windowsill cactus.
Yeah.
Shing, so logical. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier. I believe this is a piece of a pot balloon.
I suppose that's possible.
The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cat.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
These bits of chocolate and cake. Could they not have come from a Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that?
It may not seem like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there.
I guess we were
Remember?
supposed to check out the window before we looked.
Yeah. Remember how I wanted to get one with you and you wouldn't let
The vending machine. Ah, I see.
Don't like you don't remember.
Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. 2 for 6. Talk about expensive.
I said I'd go halves with you. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside. The fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hall suggests they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now.
Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I?
Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench.
Ugh! How could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable.
Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place.
Whoosh!
Dude, I just said. Anyway, it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the... He has oddly tiny hands. That creates a rather interesting contradiction of fact.
A contradiction? Where?
I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. He just wants to get one. That's why he's looking at it again. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Well, because it's gumshoe, the price seems to be what I would.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. He said he didn't have any money before, right?
He only had $5.
Only had a $5? Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, I guess we gotta boost it.
Okay.
Hmm. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his person.
Just how poor is that guy?
If his bonus really was only $5.
Maybe I shouldn't cut his salary. Nah.
Nah, salary cutting noises. Oh, did Gumfox not tell you? What a good video.
Then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. And he didn't even give me one. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor.
Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow.
Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? Well, Edra, if you can be so upset when you find out it's probably with your own money, and that you still didn't get one,
But he's got one right now.
I believe now I have a very firm grasp of what.
Oh, well, I do too.
Alright, Franziska. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to?
Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead.
It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony.
September 10, 5:15 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up.
Looks like he's doing a finger gun and about to shoot him.
It's like, I'd just like to stand here and pose in front of you, wiggling my finger.
Come on, Von Karma clearly does that to him a lot.
Everyone does it to him all day long.
Just-
Do you doubt me? Am I your new sus? In a sense, I suppose you could say that.
Could you imagine if the judge was a killer someday?
That's gonna be like he's gonna be the final boss of the final game.
Even you, a judge, is nothing but a common witness before Von Karma.
Silence in the courtroom. Silence, I said. Mr. New Prosecutor ended and wrote something and words and... Yes.
You bit your
Things.
tongue again, didn't you?
Ahem. As a defender of the law, I could never give a false testimony. You could even place me under oath if you want.
Here's a cursed concept. The judge, but without his beard.
Weird. Very well then, your testimony if you please. Eyebrow contest. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machine. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he'd completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. Sounds mighty suspicious to me!
So he'd seen a ghost.
Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh, I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun. I went to the restroom. Your Honor, why exactly did you pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask?
Do you really want to
Edward,
ask?
why?
Yeah.
Oh, might be a bit TMI. Isn't it obvious? What else do you do in the restroom? Oh, maybe... I knew it! You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you? Please stay calm, Your Honor.
Who was Tom and why were you fooling with him in the restroom?
No comment. I take the... It's going to be much harder than I anticipated. I'm sorry. You're right. I need to think things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial.
Oh.
Let's see. I announced a recess, and a time for us to recon... But having done all that, I still wasn't able to go to the restroom right away. And why couldn't you? Mr. Faraday had been accused, so I had paperwork to process regarding the new prosecutor. Once I'd finished that, I was finally able to make a mad dash to the restroom. With his robes fluttering behind him.
Yeah, I was thinking like lifting up the skirt of the robes.
At least he stayed consistent on the going to the restroom part of his time. There's a window on the hallway side, so in other words, I could see into the hall.
Why?
Your Honor, do you really go to the men's restroom? What? What is the meaning of that statement? I simply meant, perhaps you went to a restroom on a different floor. I had to go for such a long time.
Of course it's the judge who gets this treatment.
That's all I could do to dash to the closest one to the courtroom. I suppose that's only natural, given his circumstance.
So you'd have to run our way over here, do the loop-de-loop.
I ran from the courtroom, through this floor's main lobby and down the hall. Once you enter, you can see a window just above the urinal. And it was through that window that
Just
you
above
witnessed
the
detective
urinal.
knowledge. No, right?
Right? That's why I was
Either-
like, oh, the whole time, just like, ugh.
It's so
'Cause I-
gross.
like, I-
think
I
none of
was-
you guys like.
I
No,
was
you go
still
first,
just-
Coco.
Sorry, I still was just like thinking bathroom stall, so maybe he saw it when he was washing his hands or something.
Yeah.
That's a much nicer image.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm not even like, there's a window in a restroom. There's often, don't they usually have frosted glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
It's just weird to have like a restroom that has a window that's just like normal.
Just pull in the hallway, just looking in the men's rooms, like, yo,
The judge waving at them.
wink.
Ew.
Have either of you guys
He
ever
uses
been in a
both
men's
hands, they're
room?
just like, ah.
I've accidentally entered some.
Oh, horrible places. Like, being a trans guy, I used to get to go in the ladies, and that was great. Now I go in the men's room and I'm like, this is the worst part of transitioning. Everything else is great. The bathroom situation is horrible. The men's room is not a nice place.
Oh no.
And it was through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes! Exactly! Your Honor, there's no need to yell. I can hear you just fine. Ooh, I put a little too much into that last answer. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. As I entered, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machine. Are you sure that the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restaurant. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with the kind of hairstyle and beige coat that he... Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw. What? Preposterous! My eyes are sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Ready to see through frosted glass.
Shing!
Although recently things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be. Clearly his eyes are not the only things that have gone fuzzy.
And yet you still use him as the judge.
But allow me to say, with all the honour and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw while I was peeing. When I was about to exit the restroom, he completely disappeared. He disappeared. Your Honor, didn't you just... I saw that detective buying something from the vending machine. Why, yes, I did. The restroom window looks over the courtyard and right into the hall. Just as I was about to exit, I took another look and there was no one inside. That led me the only solution to this.
Detective Gumshoe is a ghost.
The detective must have gone into the crime scene. Lobby number 2. At that point! So he looked into the hallway from the restroom and over the courtyard, did he? Remind me never to go in that restroom. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me! Your Honor, I ask that you please remain calm. No! I'm perfectly calm. Perfectly calm. You're being anything but perfectly calm.
It appears that His Honor could not have been mistaken in what he saw.
I suppose so, given his line of sight. However, Francisca, why do you suppose our lines of sight are so different?
If you're referring to my height.
Can't you hold that whip still for just a second? Now, about his honest testimony. I believe his line of sight to be an important factor.
If it's that important, why don't you hurry up and tell him already?
I will, but there's one more thing I need to do if I'm to correct his honest testimony. I'm going to need to retrace Detective Gumshoe's movement.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys do the clevering. Yeah, because he's too tall to see down there, is that it?
Because he
Yeah.
was sitting down.
Mm-hmm. What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone's giving a testimony? Huh. If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be For example, I myself never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by.
Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life.
This is what some people may say is the point of calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this form. What is that filth?
Oh, sorry. Puts his porno mag away. Here we go.
This is the thing I wanted to show you.
Sorry, that was my new issue of Hug Crump.
Let someone dirty the hallway bench like that. Who is the culprit? The party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncouth Sullier had already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh, well, that's good. But who was it? No, I was psychic. We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench. Namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just murder, he had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty! Your Honor, please calm down. Whilst it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Franziska herself was unable to see out of that window. I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window, a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then? It seems that you have made the connection.
Never assume that this judge has made any connection.
If someone were to sit on the bench under the window. Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? I'm so glad he's not a ghost. You finally see, Your Honor. Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Ah! Sorry! I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it! Is there something of value that you'd like to say? Yes, actually, there is. I remembered something else just now. To Edgeworth. Please allow me to testify to the court one more time.
Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he?
That not might be a bad thing. The more info, the better in the perfect investigation.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Hey!